Hello, traders and investors. Steve Gans here, and welcome to the first weekend update of 2025. So, let me get my pen out here and we'll start walking through what's transpired in the past couple of weeks, which are, of course, holiday weeks. But the thing I want you to note is going back just prior to Christmas week, when we were right in that area, I told you I expected we would probably chop maybe down to this prior support level here and then back and forth in this range. So, that's what I was expecting of the markets. It tends to be a time of lighter volume. You'll notice down here, we're seeing that too. So just lots of the professional traders are out those 2 weeks. A lot of the activity that takes place in that period of time is on lighter volume. And more often than not, it tends to be retail traders that are home for the holidays, etc. And they're doing a little bit of looking at stock market and hopping in there, pushing the market around a little bit when there's not the big traders there that are either absorbing a lot of stuff people want to sell or selling stuff that a lot of people are wanting to buy. Again, the big money tends to move the market in a little more stable patterns, maybe sometimes than the retail traders do. But you can see that we came down to these levels. In fact, we broke below that level I was expecting, but later that day, we rallied up considerably and closed significantly higher. Again, that was about 2 weeks ago. Then we came down, we broke into that low area yet again this week, but then rallied back out of it. We're going to have a much better understanding of what we might expect from the market as we start getting into this next week and the big money starts coming back into the market. We're going to see volume that will certainly start to pick up a little bit as they start to get in and swing those heavier dollars around, so to speak. Right now, my expectation is probably a little more of the same, maybe some sideways chop here. The fact that we made these lows is of a little bit of concern to me, but the fact that we rallied above those prior couple days on Friday is a little bit of a plus. But again, this isn't the big money that was making those moves. I'd be a little more confident if the volume was higher when that happened. So right now we have what we call a little bit of a head and shoulders top forming. This is a shoulder here. This is a head. Then this is going to be another shoulder right here. And we didn't make a significantly lower low here, but if we do come back down and we make a lower low, that is going to confirm that head and shoulders for me. And it's going to make me think that we're in for either some sideways chop or possibly some bearish action. Some bearish action would likely take us down a little bit further into this zone and maybe even all the way down into this area. But again, right now, I'm not totally convinced of that bearish action yet, that we're going to see that. I'll know a lot more this week. Ideally, we would like to see a little bit of a break above this point, maybe hitting those old highs, a little bit of retracement, maybe into the middle of this zone, and then new highs. That would confirm for me that our overall bullish move that's been in place here for over a year would still be in place. That's what I would like to see happen to confirm a long-term bullish trend is still in place. Now, let's go take a look at a couple other symbols. Let's look at VIX here first, which is the volatility index. We can see that volatility here is staying pretty low. A week or two ago, it spiked up, but then it's back down here in these lows. So that's a plus for a bullish market. That seems to signal that there's not massive fear in the market right now. Not lots of people buying insurance. Let's take a look at RUT, the small cap index. So RUT also did what I expected it to do. You recall that I said that it will probably stay in this general range and probably even specifically come down to these lows here, bounce off, come back up into this range, back down. And so that's what it's been doing. It's just been chopping sideways in that general range as well. It is looking a little bit more bullish in nature. What I mean by that is each successive low has been a little bit higher. We haven't broken this high, though. What I'd really like to see is maybe another bar that would bring us up a little bit higher on that. That would help confirm for me on Russell that we are back in a form of an uptrend. Now let's look at the volatility on the Russell 2. That is the RVX. And we can see that volatility on the Russell is back down here at close to all-time lows again as well. So again, no real fear rearing up here at this point. Again, another indication of potentially bullish movements that are to come. So that kind of wraps it up for the overall market outlook for this weekend's update.